In these videos, we are going to be taking a look at interpersonal communication specifically, and looking at the various different principles of interpersonal communication. First, however, it's important that we define what interpersonal communication actually is. So, interpersonal communication is the process of exchanging messages between two or more people who are interdependent to some degree and who have a mutual influence over one another's lives, and who build a unique bond based on the larger social and cultural contexts to which they belong. That's a big definition, but let's break it down into these little pieces. So interpersonal communication is the process of exchanging messages. That's the communication part, right? We are exchanging messages with one another. Interpersonal communication specifically happens between two or more people. Generally speaking, no more than 3 or 4, however, because then we start to move into group communication. So generally speaking, we're looking at dyadic relationships between two people. And these two people are interdependent on one another to some degree. So their lives influence one another. They have a mutual influence on one another's lives. And they have a really unique bond. So their relationship is different from the other relationships in their lives. Now, why is it that we would study interpersonal communication? Having interpersonal skills helps us in a number of different realms in our lives, beyond just building and maintaining relationships. First, interpersonal communication, having those skills, can help us to better adapt to stress. When we have these interpersonal skills, that means that we have the ability to build these relationships, and therefore we generally have a means through which we can help to vent our stress, and we can adapt to that stress a lot more easily. In addition, having these skills can help us to have greater relational satisfaction. Because if we are able to effectively and appropriately communicate with our relational partners, that helps to make those relationships much more fulfilling for both parties. And it can also help us to have more and more better relationships. In addition, having interpersonal skills can help us to have less anxiety and depression. So studies have demonstrated that individuals who have these interpersonal communication skills, who can express their feelings healthily and readily to their partners, to their friends, to their family members, to these interpersonal relationships, experience less depression and less anxiety because they're simply able to talk through it a lot of the time. And finally, having interpersonal skills can help us simply to get hired. Interpersonal communication skills are highly sought after by potential employers. They want people who are going to be able to integrate into the work environment and who are going to be able to get along with their coworkers and who are going to work together to achieve whatever goals need to be accomplished in that workplace. So interpersonal communication skills have actually become one of the top skills, one of the top components that employers look for in their potential employees. So studying communication can really help you in a number of different aspects of your life.